Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are previewing week 1 of the NFL preseason right now with Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com. And Joe Duffy has me convinced. He's already previewed a bunch of games to us, and I've made money already this preseason following Joe's picks and his advice. So I'm sold on the preseason now. Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com. Thanks so much for being back with us.
Yeah, Peter, I must admit, as far as the picks I've given you, I didn't write them down, but on my premium picks, I did go 2-1 last night, which is Thursday night, depending on when people are watching this. But Thursday night, my premium picks did go 2-1 in the NFL.
Well, my Thursday night was great following your advice. And now we're going to talk about the Saturday game. It's going to start with Cleveland and Detroit. And I think I might be getting the hang of this preseason handicapping thing. I do have some opinions on these games. We'll see what you think about it. The first one we're going to talk about, Detroit is -1, 39.5. And just reading the reviews and basically the reports coming out for this game, first of all, it seems like Cleveland has more to play for here. They have a lot of new schemes that they're probably going to want to be looking to get up to speed for the regular season. The Lions, though, their starters are basically set. Now it's all about development there, so especially here in week 1, I'm thinking that Cleveland is going to be a lot more sort of primed on their performance than Detroit might be. And so I'm leaning to, and I've also been reading that Manziel is making big strides in the preseason, so maybe here game 1 against some inferior defenses, maybe he'll have a better game. Not sure how much he's going to play, but I'm leaning towards Cleveland at +1, and then I'm also thinking that the under 39.5 might be a great play. You know, Hoyer's going to be also quarterback for Cleveland. He's a more methodical quarterback. I know Cleveland's focusing on their defensive development this year, so they'll probably be trying to, perfect some of their defensive schemes here with whatever players are playing. I'm thinking Cleveland +1 is a good bet, and under 39.5 might be a great bet. What do you think, Joe Duffy?
No, we definitely agree on the under, and here's the ironic thing. I was wondering, and I know that in the percentages, the betting percentages that I see, there wasn't any type of big lean either way as far as the over or the under, but I think a lot of people might outsmart themselves, where there is no question that Cleveland has one of the most legitimate quarterback battles out there in that either one of the quarterbacks, Hoyer or, of course, Johnny Football, could probably start in the NFL. Hoyer did very well in a short stint last year after Cleveland finally benched Brandon Weeden. Now, we don't know. He hasn't done it long enough, so we don't know if for sure he's real. But from the little we saw of him last year, he looks like he could be a legitimate starter. And Johnny Football was brought in, and as you said, the last 3 days, I think they said on Tuesday especially, Manziel started playing better. And he's been sensational every day since. So a lot of people may say, all right, one team has 2 legitimate quarterbacks. Why wouldn't you be leaning more towards the over? But Cleveland is working in a new offense, and it's more about ball control. It's not a quick strike one. And I said time and time again, my golden rule when handicapping totals, this is true in basketball, this is true in football. It's so much more about pace than it is the offensive or defensive competence. And for the reasons you stated, I definitely agree that the under is the play. And as you said, in the case of Detroit, they're the type of team that, I normally don't really like in the preseason because Matt Stafford, he's entrenched as the #1 starter. Orlovsky is entrenched as the #2 starter. And right after that, they might only go with 2 quarterbacks. Their number 3 and 4 guys have been so-so. James Franklin, especially, they said, has been looking pretty shaky. So I agree. I don't think Detroit has a lot of motivation, especially on offense, to do anything all that dramatic. And I do think it's going to be a slow-paced game. So the under is my play.
All right. So we're in a complete agreement here. Under 39.5 is both of our top picks for the game. And we're also going to both go officially on Cleveland +1.
Yes. And don't forget, it looks like Calvin Johnson, he hasn't 100% been ruled out, but he's probably not going to play. Eric Ebron, who was the first-round draft pick tight end for Detroit, they're probably not. So some key personnel is either not going to play or very unlikely as well on offense. So, yes, under is my official play.
All right. Awesome, Joe Duffy. Thanks.